Yo, what is up, everybody? Jump in here, and today I am back on some Dragon Age 2. In this episode, we will be starting in Darktown, and we are going to be finding Anders, which is really important because he becomes one of the best allies you can get, especially early game. Now, one unique thing about Darktown is that you can actually be attacked here during the daytime, because it doesn't ever actually change from day to night, unlike most parts of the city. Now, generally, you will only be attacked at night in other parts of the city, but for some reason in Darktown, you could just be attacked anytime. Alright, so this is pretty easy. All we gotta do is just try to remember, always keep your allies or your weaker characters further back, like Hawk and the mages and stuff. And then Aveline will just go in. There's a lot of moments of combat in this game which is just brain dead easy. You don't even really need to use that many tactics. You just more or less attack and you'll win because it's impossible to lose. Alright, so here's some stuff down here. Get that. There's also a thing for a side quest. Now, one thing I don't really like is these little side quests that you can get where you pick up like an item and then you return the item to a person and you get a little gold for doing it, some XP. There used to be a glitch where I forgot what you had to do. I think it was something about putting away your weapon, but basically when you would do that you could just sit there and get an unlimited amount of XP, an unlimited amount of gold by turning it in. And it was pretty baller, that's for sure, because you could get like to level like 50 or 40. I remember if you got too high in level, the game would like glitch out, like if you went to level 80 or something. But alright, so here's Anders over here, so we can go talk to him. Oh god, gotta open the door though.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
I'm just here to talk.
We're interested in getting into the deep roads. Rumor has it you were a warden. Do you know a way?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a cat named Sir Pouncelot? In the deep roads?
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
So, you came to Kirkwall just to escape the wardens?
You say that like it's a small thing. Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no darkspawn, and a whole host of refugees to blend in with. And some reasons of my own.
I've always heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the archdemon parts don't go away. But it turns out if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Well, alright.
Help my expedition reach the deep roads, and I'll do whatever you need.
You don't ask for my terms. What if I were asking for the Knight Commander's head on a spike?
Is that what you ask?
You decide. I have a warden map of the depths in this area, but there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
You want to make your friend an apostate?
That's such a weighted term. Yes, Andraste said magic should serve man, not rule him. But I've yet to find a mage who wants to rule anything. It goes against no will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
Alright, so one big part of this game is the whole idea of Templars versus mages. Now, generally, I would always side with the mages because, I don't know, I guess there's some good points on... I can't really argue with one side over the other, but I just know from the last game, all the frustration that mages caused me, I think I'm going to side with the Templars, just because of that.
Mages fall to demons. The Chantry can't trust them with the same freedoms as normal men.
And who are you to decide that how the Maker created me isn't normal? Now, will you aid me or no?
You've convinced me. What's your plan?
I welcome your aid. I have already sent word for Carl to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Join us there, and we'll ensure that no matter who is with him, we all walk away free.
Now what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should side with the mages, or should I side with the Templars? I've already made myself clear where, I don't know, the only reason I would side with the Templars is because of all the frustration that mages caused me in the last game. But at the same time, like I said, generally I do side with the mages just because, you know, one of the worst things about this game is the ending. The ending was just so fucking ridiculous. Because no matter what you choose, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, like that was a big problem I felt with this game. It's just the end of the game. It doesn't really seem like your choice really matters, because like if you side with the mages, well, like the main mage or the first enchanter, he still resorts to blood magic. Although, you know, he's highly against blood magic. That was one thing he was kind of making a point of, is that mages should be trusted. And then, but in the end, no matter what, he uses blood magic, and you have to fight and kill him, no matter, you know, which side you choose. And the same thing with Templars, like, you know, like you still have to fight. Oh, what's going on? No, I want you guys to run away. You still have to fight like the one chick. So, I mean, I don't know. I always felt that was dumb. Oh, this is not good. Alright, so let's move our party further down. Yep, Varric is dead. Yeah, that can happen. Remember I talked about assassins so much, I think in the last episode. That's one of the worst things, is that if the assassin targets like Hawk, Varric, Bethany, they can be literally one-shotted. And, you know, when you lose an ally, you're just you're just one step closer to failing. So that's, you gotta be careful about that. Alright. So now we can go ahead and keep going though. You know, throughout this Let's Play, I'm gonna have allies fall a lot. It's not... In Dragon Age Origins, if you're really overpowered, oh hey, that's a gift for Bethany. But in Dragon Age Origins, if you're really overpowered, it's pretty easy to make sure that nobody dies. In this game, there's a lot of different things that can cause instant death on like your allies, so it's a little bit more complicated. Alright, let's check this out.
Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
Oh, that's right. You know, one thing I hate is how... I like it, but I also hate it for doing like this series. Oh, shit! Okay, I didn't catch that trap quick enough. That sucks. Oh yeah, but anyway, there's another assassin. Son of a bitch. Yeah, but anyway, you know, a lot of times as you play, like when you play through this game, there's gonna be like, just like in Origins, and it's the same thing in Origins, but like the allies will talk to each other and stuff. It's all good, but unfortunately, as I'm recording, like it can be really annoying for me. Let's go ahead and stun this bastard, bitch. Unfortunately, I stunned all my allies too, so that's not good. But I guess it didn't matter. But yeah, as the allies, they talk to each other, sometimes I won't catch that. So I'll be doing like, you know, I'll be talking in the commentary, and then they're talking like over me. It's like, son of a bitch.
Now we fight.
Alright. Enemies in there, so let's go ahead and back everyone up. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. One thing about this game is that, like I said, son of a bitch, I'm screwing up. Yeah, the controls on the PC is so much better. I mean, you have a lot more freedom with the mouse to kind of you know, use tactics compared to on the console. It's so much more clunky and like, I don't know, the margin of error is just huge when you're on the console. Like, you can tell your party to move one little area, and then all of a sudden it's just like, son of a bitch, I didn't mean to do that. And it can result in you failing and dying, so you definitely need to be careful. Alright, so as we come in here, what I recommend is to actually move the party out of the room. That guy's a mage. There's like, one thing about this game is there's only like, I'm trying to remember, I think there's only like 2 different types of mages. There's like the normal mage, and they have like pretty basic attacks, and then you have like the more advanced mages. Like that's one of the main attacks right there. It's just the shield they put up. You can't even touch them. Oh, son of a bitch! Stop stunning her! But yeah, you can't even touch the mage if, oh, enemies, if he has the shield up. And then those kind of mages, they'll have like an ice attack they can do, which will slow you and like pretty much can kill your whole party if you're not careful. So that sucks. They can also teleport. That's another thing they can do. But the other type of mage is like the blood mages, and they're way worse because they'll have attacks that can literally wipe out your entire party if you're not careful. And that it can result in you having to reload, and that probably will happen in this Let's Play walkthrough, because you just can't control it. Sometimes like you'll walk into a room and all of a sudden they're affected by the blood magic, and then everybody dies, and you're like, oh well, shit, couldn't really do anything against that. Alright, so in that chest you can actually get a helmet that is for dexterity, and it's pretty good if I remember. So let's put that on. You know, a lot of the helmets can be really ugly, but one option you have is, I think it's the same thing with Mass Effect. You can actually hide your helmet, and I would definitely recommend that, because, like I said, some of the helmets are kind of ugly.
All set.
To know about our families.
Yeah, we hear you. Alright, so when you open this, you can get 9 gold, and that right there is, I think, for your sister. Like, it's in a little bit of armor. But the main thing is the quest item.
This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
We'll take it to her right now.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
We have a home, Mother. A real home.
They forgave me. Mother forgave me. But, Gamlen, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
You'll spend the rest of your life paying my mother back for what you stole.
Andraste's ass, I will.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make a willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Bastard. Alright, so we can actually talk to our sister.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlen stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I would never turn against you.
You're a better person than Gamlen could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I wish they had lived long enough to see us come home.
Home. That's what it is, isn't it? I like saying that. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death. It's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of what she lost, it will help. I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first, I was just a little girl. They didn't want to lose me. And once I had learned anything, what would the Templars do to an active apostate, not just a mage's blood child? It changed their lives, your life, Carver's, all because of who I am. Sometimes I wonder if it would have been so bad to be with my own kind, to serve the Chantry as Andraste demands.
We are going to make this our home, Bethany. I promise you.
I hope so, brother. I'm so very tired of running.
Oh, so sad. Alright, we can talk to her one more time to give her that gift. I think it's like a picture or something.
I found this when we were at the estate. I thought you should have it.
Is it? I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look! You can see the ring.
You like it?
I love it. My whole life, Mother's always been so sad and worried. All because of my cursed magic. I always wished there was some way to take that burden off her. It's nice to have a reminder of a time when she still knew how to smile.
Alright, so now this will be our very first little area at night. As you come to these different areas, when it's nighttime, you will have to fight enemies. And you should always do these areas because it's just extra experience. And you want to get as much experience as possible so that you can level up. Now, one thing you need to do is that you need to actually run through the entire area, find as many groups of enemies as possible. And then if you kill enough of them, you can actually fight the boss. Here, I need to now move my allies away. And this should lure most of the enemies over here. And we can go ahead and start by taunting them. Yeah, but anyway. So that is something that you can do. Let's go ahead and just stun this whole little group. Bitches, what up? And I totally missed. No. Got these enemies on me. Now this area, when you fight the boss, it's, oh man, it's a freaking nightmare. Let's go ahead and heal Barrett. He's he needs to move. So let's move him back a little bit. Switch over to Hawk again. Now this is a big part of a strategy, is to try to keep my allies. I don't know, this is kind of like that whole lure bait and switch kind of thing, where Aveline's up there fighting and everyone's distracted on her while they're kind of like, there's cover over here behind walls and stuff. Yeah, but these fights are pretty easy. The boss fight here, like I said though, that's a different story. Like, that's one of the worst freaking boss fights in the game. In fact, most of Act 1 is a nightmare. I mean, the reason for that is just because it's early game and you won't have its, you know, you won't have as much stuff as you do later on. So now, one thing by the way is, don't be afraid of using potions, because like you'll notice is like you can use potions in a battle, then after the battle, oh crap. Alrighty. But yeah, after the battle, like the enemies will basically drop like loot, and when you look through the loot, you'll actually find like a lot of the potions. Like I said, I think it's like you can have a maximum, yeah, 4 potions. After that, enemies won't drop anymore. Alright, so once again, try to get these enemies to come to us. Switch to her. So I'm gonna choose, like, here's a good example. I'm gonna choose to engage them in this little hallway. So once they come in the hallway, that's when I'm gonna attack, and then use my taunt, and pretty much now I can switch back to Hawk. And everyone should be good. You know, a couple of the enemies are gonna come. They're gonna kind of break from the pack, try to attack like Bethany, but she's okay right now. If she actually starts to take any real damage, that's when I'm gonna go select her, move her back. But, you know, this is just really simple stuff. Now there will be more enemies, but I'm gonna wait for the battle to be totally over. And, well, it was over. But what's good about doing it that way is that if you know, you don't have to use potions or healing or anything. Like, what will happen is that when the battle ends, you'll get all your health back. And it's more or less like we're taking out a couple enemies at a time. So just one, you know, we instead of fighting a really large group, we only have to fight a selective few at a time. It makes it a lot easier that way. Because if I would have ran in there originally, then all these enemies would have been on me at once, and it would make it a lot more difficult to protect my weaklings compared to just fighting, like, you know, a handful at a time. Alright, so now that that's done, we will be coming back here again. So now generally what I would try to do is clear out the entire area like right now, but there's no point because we will have to come back here for another quest, so I'm gonna wait until then. So instead I'm just gonna go ahead and run up here and talk to Anders and then pretty much do his quest.
I saw Carl go inside a few minutes ago. No Templars so far. Are you ready?
I don't see anyone suspicious out here. Let's do this fast.
All right. I'll handle the talking. You watch for Templars.
Anders, I know you too well. I knew you would never give up.
What's wrong? Why are you talking like...
I was too rebellious, like you. The Templars knew I had to be made an example of.
No!
How else will mages ever master themselves? You'll understand, Anders. As soon as the Templars teach you to control yourself. This is the apostate.
No!
You will never take another mage as you took him.
Oh shit. Okay, so for this fight, you definitely want to run like hell. I actually recommend kind of coming down here. Let's take control of her. Come on, keep going, guys. Alright, so you want them to kind of get as far away as possible. Now, one thing about this game, and I want to know, you guys can answer this for me maybe, is about Carl, who is the guy who is now, you know, who we're supposed to be here rescuing him, but as you can tell, that's probably not going to happen. But what I want to know... Oh, there's the hunter. Try to take him out as quick as possible, so make sure he's targeted. And then hit him with like that, and hopefully, yo, he's frozen. Great, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, shit, got away. Okay, oh yeah, definitely heal her up. Yeah, I want to know. I'm assuming, what I always assumed at least, was that Anders and him might have been like in a relationship, you know, because everyone in this game, like literally everyone besides Varric, who you cannot have a relationship with at all, they're all bisexuals. It's like, what the fuck? Everyone's a bisexual? Like, as a female, you can pretty much bang every chick in the game, or most of every chick. And then as a male, you can have a relationship with every dude. So it's like, what the fuck? Okay. Now, one thing about this Templar, let me pause it real quick. This guy right here, this lieutenant, will drop or on his dead body you can get something that will have like it's one of those side quests where you just have to take something to someone. You can totally miss out on getting this item if you don't stand over his dead body right as he dies. Come on, come on, come on. I don't got it. Okay, see, like that, this right here, this is actually like for a quest, and if you don't grab it, then you'll miss your opportunity to get it. It's not a big deal, but you will lose out on getting some extra coin and also getting some experience, so you definitely want to try to get this.
Anders, what did you do? It's like you brought a piece of the Fade into this world. I had already forgotten what that feels like.
I thought the Tranquil were cut off from the Fade forever.
When you're tranquil, you never think on your life before. But it's like the Fade itself is inside Anders, burning like a sun. Please, kill me before I forget again. I don't know how you brought it back, but it's fading.
Carl, no.
Maybe we can find a cure.
Can you cure a beheading? The dreams of tranquil mages are severed. There is nothing left of them to fix.
I would rather die a mage than live as a Templar puppet.
The Tranquil I've met seem content with their lot. Maybe it's not that bad.
You have no idea. Your emotions, your dreams, everything stripped away on someone's whim. If I were made tranquil, I would wish for a friend compassionate enough to kill me. Carl, I'm sorry.
Now, it's fading. Why do you look at me like that?
Goodbye. We should leave before more Templars come.
That wasn't normal magic you just did, was it?
This is hard to explain. When I was in Amaranthine, I met a spirit of justice who was trapped outside the Fade. We became friends, and he recognized the injustice that mages in Thedas face every day.
And that's different than a demon?
Just as demons prey on the deadly sins of mankind, there are good spirits who embody our virtues. Spirits of compassion, fortitude, justice. They are the Maker's first children, and they have all but given up on us.
This spirit sounds like a useful friend to have.
He was far better to me than I have been to him. To live outside the Fade, he needed a host. I offered to help him. We were going to work together, bring justice to every child ever ripped away from his mother to be sent to the Circle. But I guess I had too much anger. Once he was inside me, he changed.
So, you have this spirit of justice living in your head?
It's not like that. He's gone now. He's part of me. It's not like we can have a conversation. I feel his thoughts as my own. Not even the greatest scholar could tell you where I end and he begins.
This is obviously difficult for you.
I thought I was helping my friend. He would have died, I guess. If that even means anything. And he wanted to help me. He knew what mages have suffered.
You tried to help a friend. Surely no harm can come of that?
I wish I still had your innocence. There was too much hatred in me. Justice thought he would overcome that. But my anger, when I see Templars now, things that have always outraged me, but I could never do anything about, he comes out. And he is no longer my friend, Justice. He is a force of vengeance, and he has no grasp of mercy.
Is there anything I can do for you?
You're the first one I've ever told this. Thank you for not running away. My maps are yours, as am I if you wish me to join your expedition. I thought I was done with the Grey Wardens. But if you have any need of me, I will be waiting here.